Alright, welcome back. Alright, it's that time again. The new DLC is out for the AWE. I'm really excited because like the size of the patch was pretty huge, so I'm expecting some pretty substantial stuff.
The emergency rations don't include beer. Fucking thirsty.
Oh, Irish.
Man, I never thought I'd be working in the executive sector. Look at me now, Ma.
I'll see you later.
You know where I'll be.
Interesting seeing the little red dot on him.
What a fucking day.
We also increased the system resources up a little bit, so I think that the game will run a little smoother overall, but I think it's bumping just a tiny little bit, but I'll take a look at the game.
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
Oh.
There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this
Sweet,
out.
Alan Wake. Oh man, Alan Wake is such a good game series. I mean, aside from American Nightmare had some issues, but like narratively, which is my biggest issue with it. But the gameplay was really nice. Man, I love the original game. I'm going to actually just take a hot sec here. I think I'm going to try running this at no cancel. No, that's fine. All right, it's tweaking my system resources just a smidge. Let's see what I get. Okay, so we got a new sector here, investigation sector. No, I absolutely just adore the original Alan Wake. I really recommend it if you haven't checked it out yourself. It's real cheap. It usually goes on sale for a real deep cut. Just get it, treat yourself, or at least watch some gameplay of somebody playing it because it's a good one. It's the reason why I think I'm sold on Remedy as a company in general. It's the reason why I'm big fan, big fan. Of course, Control was way outstanding. I think it's probably their best work to date. And remember to accept board countermeasures. One thing that we did off screen was we actually farmed up a couple of resources to finally finish the Pierce form of the service weapon, which we never actually had access to in the prior two playthroughs. Ooh, it's real dark. Ooh. Spooky. This hallway seems like a little tilted to me.
Hello? Anyone here?
Huh. I wish I could get the game to not hitch a little tiny bit, but get what you get. Darling investigation. The official finding report, Dr. Casper Darling. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation, blah, 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 it was launched into the ethical practices of Casper Darling, head of research, despite the accounts of anonymous something regarding inhumane treatment of a blank, currently housed in our bureau, probably the subject, like Jesse's brother. Our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of blank sector personnel seem wholly unaware of such blank contained there. One blank confirmed that the blank's codename were to be blank, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked off from entering the blank research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation to blank research. I guess that's the department we're currently in. Fun fact, Dr. Casper Darling, played by the same actor as Alan Wake. I actually just learned that very recently, and boy howdy, I had no idea in the original playthrough of Control. Good job, guy, playing two different characters really well. Casey inquiry. Mr. Ness, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all of our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. but I am writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in the hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote and is looking into a case dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. I love this logo here, by the way. The little, upside down pyramid, all that. Invento Investigato Imperium. That's really sweet. I don't think I've seen that before. Oh, there's also a hotline message. We can go check that out, too. Oops. Sorry. That's pretty cool. I apologize there. The video cut out. I kind of went off screen just for a hot second. No, that was really neat. The actor playing the body of Alan Wake is actually a completely different actor. I was gonna look up their name because I can't remember. It's but they're doing a good job as well. I appreciate them. Ooh, I wish I could get like a light going on over here. Tractor supplement. No, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burroughs, Caucasian male. Case summary: 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for the coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy finding: blunt force injury, head, lacerations, blunt force extremities. Dislocation right knee, complete avulsion of right upper extremity, extensive trauma, blah blah. Okay, man, this guy was wrecked up. Conclusion: it's my opinion that Mr. Burroughs' death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as by claiming the authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. So, evil animalistic tractor eating some guy. Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead. Jonathan Connor, Ezra Cruz, Carolyn Dempsey, Lindsay Malcolm, Charles Murray, and Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to sign prior to sending to the families. You'll be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. It is per request. A network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet. Only the hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Okay, so they weren't able to access the firebreak, but I think we were able to get there, right? All right, so we're just scooping up all the little things to read. We've got like a looks like a generator there we can mess around with, and we got some higher up rooms. Staffing issues. So yes, there's an increase in AWE event cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more altered world events, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost and the Hartman thing and the ones we left for the other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managed to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all of the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. The lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move the investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not be still sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless in Kirkland's interim replacement. Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. So it's like maybe this sector has been like shrinking or something. It's kind of tiny. Ooh, some interesting lighting effects going on up there. Maybe it's related. Resignation letter. To whom it may concern, is with great anger and regret I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard from my department's blank. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame the situation on blank, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance and reclaiming parts of the investigation sector lost to the blank loose inside. I will never forget the screams of the brave agents begging us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The blank has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, Kirkland. I'm expecting this to actually be like one of the former directors just completely ignoring these requests. It's probably the person most responsible or capable of doing anything about this. Whoop. Oop. Oh, by the way, we unlocked a new ability. With this DLC, we got the... well, I actually can't show it to you right here, but we have an ability that unlocked that lets us grab multiple objects with our telekinesis. So, like, now we can grab 3 things, check them all at the same time, and also our energy regenerates slowly after picking something up. So, cool beans. Cauldron Lake. It happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for blank. Our blank. Could be raccoons, could be the locals. Certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would the raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? It doesn't add up anyway. I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on our list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on blank lake, Cauldron Lake, if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with the investigation agents. It's only a matter of time before this blank hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Cool. Cauldron Lake is the location of MacGuffiness in Alan Wake, if you hadn't played that game. Big important location. Ooh, I opened the map. Nice. I'm expecting this to not actually be the only zone in this area. Alright. Collectibles. Dr. Ray Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a para-botanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incident or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no connection to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling appears to have been begun during their time as coworkers in the research sector and revisited intermittently since then. Ever since, depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has now found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Yeah, so Dr. Underhill, if you don't remember, is the lady that we talked to about the mold in the the mold basement, basically. She's all right, very stern, but hey, gotta have some strong personalities to deal with some weird shit. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Blank Blank was launched into the blank of director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in Blank witnessed in director Trench, including aggressive blank when he went blank with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable redacted between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff, although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter. Witness accounts suggest that their argument centers around the Dimensional Research Wing, and the redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's redacted as anything more than an interpersonal disagreement. This investigation has included that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any redacted, and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Refer to file redacted for full report. Well, as we well know, that was completely a mistake. Director Trench was way messed up, as it turns out. Trench, official warning. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know that you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen to holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment center exists for a reason. They're better trained and better equipped for this kind of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain altered world event monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. Don't you think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice? You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The prime candidate program has only failed because of Darling. You are both failures. Plotting against me, you are both traitors, and the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of Federal Bureau of Control. So it looks like that what happened here was that Trench here was infected by the Hist, and that was slowly working on them. And meanwhile, while all of that was going down, this whole shenanigan was brewing inside of the investigation department. And so, big reason why Kirkland wasn't able to reach Trench is because Trench was actively ignoring him because of his corruption. Which is good. It's a nice way of handling that kind of explanation. I see some stuff going on over there. Boom. All right. Tractor procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dry blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. This item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on the scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath the tractor. Police arrived, but immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Miss Burrows, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrows earlier in the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Currently unknown. All right. Boy, we had a lot of stuff to read here. Also, there's a radio. Oh, guess I can't activate that from here. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, the internal investigation, was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program, redacted by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation use executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of the systematic and redacted were brought to the oldest house and placed under redacted's examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic redacted of paranaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of the human redacted. I'm guessing rights or something. It's a long word. This investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime candidate program and recommends it be redacted immediately. Yep. It was kind of a bad idea. All right, so we have a power box here. Okay, it looks like that's going to go open up the gate here. Ooh, got another one. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE, like you asked. Sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Groom and Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them. Given their records, it is possible that they've switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone. I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. It reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. Our guys are casualties, not trailers. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings, 2 overlapping circles with a dot shared in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. I think I've seen 2 circles overlapping with a dot in a similar space. That is a Venn diagram that they're describing, and the dot being in the center suggests some sort of symbolic, like iconography that suggests some sort of overlap between 2 things. Maybe the overlap between 2 dimensions of some kind. I think it's also maybe one of the symbols we've seen in the hotel. It kind of feels like that they're setting up a whole universe of stuff and forces for future games, which, boy howdy, I am so ready for. Give me all the Control games forever. All right, Firebreak to the right, head sector office. So I'm guessing we're not going to be able to push this button for any effect. Yep, I wonder why. Yep, it should. Nope, get out of here. All right. Ooh, another one. Specimen escape assessment. The purpose of internal investigation, blah, 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 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of a lot of agents. The inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the blink of blink, the specimen began displaying sharp increase in aggressive blink. Cross-referencing the data with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1, the air filters were changed, and 2, an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Blank entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. See interview, blah, blah, blah. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Blank's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape to the Blank investigation ongoing. So Alice, I think this is Alice Bell, and this is Mrs. Bell present. So I think, if I remember correctly, Alice, I think it was Bell, was actually one of the characters. I think she was the waitress from Alan Wake's from the game. And it's actually, if she was anywhere inside the Bureau Control, that would have been a huge problem and a sign of bad shit on the way. So they should have known better. How did they forget that Alan Wake was a thing? Never forget. I mean, it does seem like it. Sealed area, got a light switch here. All the things. Oh, that's some pretty artwork on the ceiling, actually. Cool. All right. Blessed organization. This group/individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mention of activity over the years. In 2016, a company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, the connection to the appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Pretty sweet, actually. So there's a lot of parallels with this and SCP, the SCP wiki, which I recommend you go check out if you've never checked out. It's a similar situation, kind of a paranormal investigations kind of government agency taking care of weird paranormal events and whatnot. And it feels like, or at least I think it's been pretty much assured that was a big inspiration for this game. But in that wiki, they have like multiple like other organizations, counter organizations doing kind of similar but different things for different reasons. And so it's interesting that they're introducing like a potential like whole force or entity of people that is in direct opposition to the Bureau. So I'm excited. Here we go. All right. So after all that reading, all of that excitement, I think we're gonna get to the big action here. Let's hit it. 1, 2, 3. Spooky. Cool. Yeah, well, he was a poet in the original game, but I guess maybe they retconned it. Also, there's the symbol they're referring to, the blessed sort of thing, maybe. Not weird. Spooky. I'm expecting jump scares, just FYI. It's a little unusual that we're actually removing all of the sources of light in this motel, because that's actually a big thing in the Alan Wake games, is that light is an important resource. Hmm. Oh, what? Oh, it's unread. Okay. Oh man. So the darkness infused Harbin is also taken over by the hiss. That is weird. What would they even do to each other? Oh my gosh. Wheels within wheels inside the triangles. Well, here we go. The whole fire break is just broken off. Whoa, what? Yeah, we got a astral, what's it over there? Yeah, I guess there's like, oh, we actually have to go down there, don't we? Because this won't actually open. Oh, it's like on its side and everything. It's cool. Alright, we're gonna jump on this bridge and then quickly land off of it. Try and let our resources regenerate a little bit. Well, it's definitely moist. Moist. Ooh, okie dokie. What? It's just like fading in and out of reality. It's like copies of the this water cooler being created. Wow. Ooh. What a neat effect. Huh. I mean, it's real creepy. Alright, let's just take a poop. Poop obtained. Oh, shaded facet, huh? Whoops. Wrong button. What button is melee again? Let's see. Is it going to the options and just reading what the controls are? Melee V. Okay. It's like the easiest way to open those things up. Alright. Alright, well, I guess we're just walking through them. What? Oh my gosh, it's like being inside of a kaleidoscope. What is... This is so cool. Yes. The inevitable being completely full of mods and junk that we don't want. Oh no, now I don't even know what I had equipped. It's probably something... it's probably something good, actually. Well, what would I want? I probably guess I want just energy? Oh, it's probably sea speed. Alright, so let's go up here. We don't really want it if it's going to be lower than, I don't know, some stat. Oh yeah, I forgot we have a whole new purple thing here too. Energy recovery speed. That's probably pretty good too. Yeah, whatever. Damage. Alright, well, let's stick with what we got. Oh, we got some hissy boys. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, pow, 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 pow. Alright, let's hit him with one of these. Scary sounding noise. Launch speed boost, huh? Alright, Hartman's arrest. Let's see. Hartman Emil, victim's name Alan Wake, Tor Anderson, Odin, the Anderson brothers, basically. All right, a bunch of people are in town. All right, so charges: kidnapping of an altered individual, 1 count; sanctions against altered organizations; obstruction of Bureau investigation; breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts; offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing altered world event investigation; Offenders' personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each, except the Anderson brothers, due to their senility and Wake possibly deceased. All right, so they're basically just released a bunch of people back to Cauldron Lake area, Bright Falls, and then just said, "Oh, I'll just keep an eye on them." Okay. Nice. Still getting used to the controls again. Haha, the controls. Of course, I'm always used to pressing E for things in games. Alright. Shielded kills, reloaded efficiency. Getting some wacky mods. Service tunnel. Alright, what do we got here? Foot gossip. Alright, so... Hello, my feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Okay. Goofy. Also, unfortunately, I do actually have to go back to personal mods and actually dust some things. Alright, weapon reload after seizing an enemy. That's interesting. Alright, well, goodbye. Too low. Launch speed on launch kills. I don't know. Okay. Oh, there's a little, I think, a little icon here to show me that's from an expansion or something. Yeah, I think it's from the Foundation. This is from the current one. Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I've said it once, but I said it again. Having this be 24 slots wide was a huge mistake. The fact that this is even like random Diablo loot is a huge mistake as well. I really wish people would get over the fact this is a 505 thing. I'll guarantee it's going to be a 505 thing, not Remedy, because they know better. Energy recovery and taking explosive damage. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but just jamming randomized loot systems into your game and constantly having to deal with the garbage is not fun. Energy gained from taking shield damage. I mean, that might be good. We've got 2 of these, though, so we're going to dust one. Energy gained from taking melee damage. Seize speed. We have a better one. Energy shield cost. Energy shield cost. Why aren't these organized either? Gosh. Alright, energy evade cost, energy evade cost. Match the symbols. This is recover ammo and evade use. I guess we'll use that. It's a high level one, so we'll keep it. It's kind of like all we can really do here. Launch cost, launch energy cost. Okay. Then ammo recovery, meh. Exclusive to Shatter. We have enough of these empty slots that we don't have to worry about that for a hot second. Might as well keep an eye upwards. It certainly has. It's feral. This is a feral house. I imagine that the... I kind of interpret the house kind of changes itself a little bit to cater to the whims of the humans living inside of it. Or at least the sentience or whatever. And so, like, given that there's not really any people in here to keep it in check, it just kind of mutates a little bit. Accurate. Should I be worried about these lights here? Alright, well, we'll take one of these. Clever. Like, that makes sense. Yep. Follows a certain kind of logic. Good old Alan Wake mechanics. Alright. Whoop. Well, that guy didn't die well. I think I'm supposed to get up there, but to find like an appropriate ledge. Can I land on this thing? Oop. I honestly probably shouldn't be trying to do this. I'm not actually sure what I'm doing. Is that what I was supposed to do here? Mold room. Thankfully we're immune to this stuff, I think. Yep. Good old creepy mold. Can't forget the old mold. It's just like a random reward for having done that side quest. Ooh, okay. Let's go check in on this for a hot second here. So we're maxed out here. There's the new one that we just got. I'm just gonna keep earning some points though, because they make them available here. Ooh, here we go. Construct Surge. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered or if their timer expires. It's kind of like a grenade launcher, I guess. And we've got some of these resources, so why not? Loadout. Let's switch this over to Surge here. Damage on low health, accuracy. Kind of need more damage mods. Damage after kills. Alright, well, we'll just chuck some stuff in here for the time being. Oh, we only have one slot in here. Alright. Let's do damage against enemy armor. We'll do that. Yeah, whatever. Alright. So fire a single grenade, and then detonate that grenade. Neat. It's kind of like place multiple grenades by firing while aiming. And then press. Oh, that's pretty cool. It makes a nice little fun sparky effects afterwards. Grab this. I think I might need it. This is the other part of that corridor here, huh? I don't like that. Alright, go watch that in its entirety. Rad. Alright. I'm expecting some shenanigans. Let's just go through here real quick. Did that coffee cup just move? Yep, nope, it's just drip down. I think that's my effect, though. I think I've been pulling it about. Nice little switch here. Maybe we'll need that later. Whoops. Mine now. I guess we'll just check this over here. Whoops. Alright, Alright, examination of supernatural entities. The Shadow is an aggressive redacted consisting of 3 known types. Type A, localized manifestation of sentient something, like Shadow, capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting something over its surroundings. B, shaded individuals whom bodies possessed by the Shadow. These individuals become more notably aggressed but do not seem to retain memories, I think, of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Shaded objects similar to type B, except that inanimate objects are, I guess, animated, solely to be used as a destructive tool. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals. See Alterworld Event 35, which may imply a shared link to a blank intelligence. The threat in this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare the eventuality of an blank, probably an outbreak. Eventuality of an outbreak. Outbreaks will occur eventually. This audio is actually still playing. Oh, there you go. Or, huh? Spooky. It's like I feel like it's still running. It's just nothing on it. Maybe it's I'm just making that up. All right. The Equal Limited. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries is suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as Blank. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether or not the AWE was spontaneous or a direct result of the sabotage. The Bureau has been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, the response team was on site and able to respond to to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find an emergency process underway, but also left equipment, equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigations of the accident site reveal a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further study. Neat. Well, I guess we'll be seeing that pretty soon. Okay, so we got a socket here for a power source. Apparently we can open this up, though. Oh, there's a power source. Mildly scared to go down there, but one must do. Grab my light source. It's interesting that, so in Alan Wake you had your flashlight on you at all times, and then in the Control you have to actually grab a light source from somewhere and carry it around. It's just a very different dynamic. I can't actually... Can I just, like... forget how to put stuff down without actually smashing it. NASA Cooperation Review. All right, so following the NASA Federal Bureau Control Coordination Agreement of 1992, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advances based on our research, including the black rock lining now found on all spacefaring vessels. That's great. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the costs accrued by both organizations has shown the expense of NASA's recent launch of the blank far outweighs any spending related to the process and delivery of Black Rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the blank will provide the Bureau with unparalleled resources for remotely monitoring and photographing altered-world event sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. I would sure hope so. Satellite reconnaissance for creepy-ass shit, it sounds like a really useful thing to have. And grab that broom over there. And gently move this door open. Let's try and figure out which button lets us drop this thing. Is it... Nope, it's not that one. Alright, so can't go through there just yet. Oh yeah, it's Artie's cart. That's gonna be useful. It's like, look at this thing! Look at this thing, Jesse. Jesse, janitor's assistant. Alright, interrogation complaint. Kirkland, so you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do, my job? You want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminals, the stupidest fucking thing I've heard in my life. And I've heard some stupid fucking things. The fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit here laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak, quote, classified terminology, unquote. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train turn altered. We have to have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in the interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension and see if that slows me down. All right, so it looks like Agent Hewitt has been maybe torturing people and using terms he shouldn't be, just in the case, I don't know. If they had the wrong person, right, then it would be like a huge mistake to start leaking the fact that the paranormal world exists out there. But this guy thinks differently. All right. Which button shall I press today? Shall it be Alt? Nope. Control? Nope. Right click? Nope. Smash the thing. All right. Objective time events do not account for compensation. So if you spend like 100,000 years trapped inside of an otherworld object, the Bureau will not pay you for your overtime. Oh, that Bureau. Okay, so we've pretty much explored everything we can here. Alright. Got some sort of light-based thing here. Okay, so just check this. Grab our cube over here. Wait, where's the cube? There are multiple sockets. I mean, I know that there are cubes. There's one. Alright, so we can activate this. Oop. Found some friends. Let's try our new one out here. It doesn't do like a ton of damage right now. Probably be more exciting once we get some upgrades in it. Whoop. Gosh, these fellers are quite fidgety. Let's try this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yikes. It dodged this. Also, I think our heal upon throwing things ability may be a little nerfed or whatever. So I think it was a lot stronger in the last Foundation-y thing. Alright, well, this is on now. We should probably investigate these now at some point. Nice. That seems like a really long message. I wish I speak a language other than English. Oh, there's another one. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine, altered, and paranatural materials, was raided in redacted Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants because they are dead. The following interrogations revealed that not only there seems to be a vast network of these retailers, but they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among the niche group of the general public. or a niche group. These criminal individuals do not seem to be aware of the item's supernatural powers, and their attempts to activate them can prove devastating if done in populated areas. And see, the motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Yeah, they're creating a whole background universe for future stuff. That's pretty sweet. Oh, what's this? What's this? Spook. Ooh. Is that it? All right. Shit. Goodbye, Fisher. Yep. Alrighty. Well, there's that. So we lit up this room. That might be useful information for later. That if we need to do something here later. Oh, I guess we're just done with that. Maybe I can go through the other doorway I saw just now. Whee! Alright. So what are these missions we've collected here? Shine light on plants. Alrighty. Okay, well, that's a good place to take a break. So, yeah, catch you next time.